It is a few weeks late, but I finally got a chance to check out The Brutalist, the nice 3-hour and 35-minute epic with Adrien Brody. Let's get into it. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Movie Dive. Today we're going to be diving into the new Brady Corbet film, and that is The Brutalist. This is starring Adrien Brody, Felicity Jones, and Guy Pearce. Before we do dive in, please not forget to subscribe to the Movie Dive. I'm trying to get this small channel to 1,000 subscribers in 2025. If I do get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll be giving away a free $150 gift card to a movie theater of your choice for a higher chance of winning. Comment down below. So there's been a lot of good said about The Brutalist. A24, of course, has a weird thing about releasing movies very slowly in select theaters, and finally in the past week was this one at a movie theater close to me. And of course, the other aspect of it is that it is such a long film with an intermission like it's the 1970s that you got to make half a day to go see this movie. That did worry me a little bit. When there's certain movies that are praised a lot and are big epic scales like this movie, I do sometimes have the worry that it's going to be a bit pretentious and just Oscar baity when I see the movie finally. I am happy to say that that is not the case with The Brutalist, as I thoroughly loved and enjoyed this film. First, we're going to start with Adrien Brody. He is of course terrific in this movie. People of course praise him for performances in the past. However, in this film, when it first started out, I was wondering how I would like his accent, but 10 minutes in the movie, you completely forget that it's Adrien Brody and you're fully into what he's doing for the rest of the film, and of course, just forget that it's him. Now, aside from Adrien Brody, for me, the massive standout and the one I might have actually liked the most in this film would be Guy Pearce. What a tremendous performance from him. He's always been known to be a good actor, but I would never say he has a performance that's absolutely great. I do consider his performance in The Brutalist to be a great performance, as he is someone who seems a bit charming. You are enticed for what he's saying, but at the same time, you can tell there's definitely evil behind those eyes, and he has very bad intentions at times. I myself stayed away from the trailers for this movie because I did hear how good it was, and I just wanted to go in fully surprised, so I'm still not sure what was all shown in the trailer. So I will say that the 3 hours, 35 minutes, of course, it is a really long runtime, but if you go to the movie knowing that you're going to get lost into the world of The Brutalist, then you can expect a lot of highs and a lot of lows in terms of emotions. Every single shot of this film is immaculate. It looks absolutely beautiful. It absolutely looks like an older style film where you think to yourself, why don't they make movies like this nowadays? Where The Brutalist is an example of one of those movies you should go see if you want to go see how they used to make film. For example, the color grading in this movie is absolutely beautiful. Now, of course, it has to do with the cameras not being as high definition as it is today, making our brains subconsciously think that it's more fake than it is. Felicity Jones is also really good in this movie. She has quite a powerful monologue in this film. I enjoyed quite a bit. I do like her presence when she first appeared. It was kind of towards the middle of the film, and I was a little bit worried that she would throw off the momentum of the movie, but as it went along, I really liked the meaning and what her character brought to this film. Of course, any movie is going to mean a lot to you if you can identify with it, as I did with The Brutalist, because it is at its core about an artist trying to create something and put his own heart into it, and he has to rely on other people, especially the ones giving him his money, and people want him to cut corners in certain aspects because of budget, and he really has a vision towards that, and you wonder during the film, where is he getting this inspiration? And there's little subtle hints, of course, him coming from the Holocaust, what is getting him to create the art that he's created. We have 3 parts in this movie, of course, part 1, part 2, and the epilogue. The epilogue being a lot shorter than parts 1 and 2. There's an intermission between part 1 and part 2. I do like during the intermission, it showed on the screen how much time is left before the intermission ended, so you're not just wondering how much time you have to go to the bathroom and whatnot. The movie definitely takes you in different turns. I thought it was going one way for the first half of the film, and definitely turned out to kind of go a different direction in the second half. That wasn't bad at all. I absolutely loved the direction it took me, and I kept, again, an open mind because I had not seen the trailers, so I did not know where this movie was supposed to go. I do love Adrien Brody's character of being an architect and where he came from and how he had to start from nothing, and no one even knew he was a famous architect because the Holocaust took everything away from him, and that trauma led him to making some of the best art he's ever made. And there's a quote that lines up with that at the end of the movie that is one of my favorite film quotes I have ever heard. I'm not going to share it on here in case no one's ever heard it, but it is something to check the movie out for. And the movie doesn't shove things down your throat. It expects its audience to be smart, as I know audiences are, and there's a lot of very dark undertones and stuff a lot of people go through when they really dive themselves into this world and sacrifice a lot for the love of art. The fact that The Brutalist was made for $9.6 million, I don't understand. I'm not sure if the cast and the crew just worked on this movie for free. Even if that was the case, I'm not sure how they did it because, again, the runtime and everything just looks immaculate in this film. Everything is practical. Everything is gorgeous. I would love to know the budget breakdown of this movie someday, and they should show this in film school, showing how much you can do for small amounts of money. So this movie is a slow burn, but it's going to highly stick with you. I've been thinking about it ever since I saw it, especially a lot of certain shots and themes that go behind the movie, and it's definitely something I highly recommend you go check out in the movie theater if you can, because seeing it on the big screen, and having your complete attention span towards this movie for 3 hours, 35 minutes is going to really help your experience with The Brutalist. So in the end, I highly recommend you check out The Brutalist. Of course, I don't want it to be recency bias. This is one of my favorite artistic films I've seen in quite some time. I'm going to go ahead and give The Brutalist a 96 out of 100. Have you guys seen it? Did you enjoy it as much as I do? Did it resonate with you as much as it did with me? Comment down below. Let me know, of course, in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you guys next time on The Movie Dive.